Hey everyone, this is Roscoe, and welcome to the redo of Macross 30 Voice That Connects the Galaxy. No, I'm not saying the Japanese title without it in front of my face. I can somewhat say it, but anyways. I would like to apologize first off for taking so long with this video, and there it is. Wow, that took a while to get here. The reason it took so long is for two reasons. One, I was trying to look up a full translated script for this game. I mean, not just what the characters will say in, basic cutscenes. For those wondering, no, this is not sound. This has been edited to mute. Okay, I am not getting a copyright strike from this song. This song is called Planet's Cradle. If you want to look it up, you can probably find it on Yu-Gi-Oh! And if you're hearing my voice being a little different, this is because I have a new headset. My Turtle Beach finally died out on me. Yay. Anyways, as I said, I was trying to find a full translation to cutscenes like this where there are no subtitles. Japanese, I think it would be kanji in this case, not kananata. Anyways, I will to try and find cutscenes like this, a translation for these, as well as, while they speak audio, just basic still images of them talking. I would love to have gotten something like that. I have searched literally high and low, and if anyone's ever found one, please link it to me via in the comment section below, please, because I will be using that from that point on as a translation for this game. Hopefully, I can get it translated. Second, there's another reason this took so long is that recently YouTube, or should I say, companies. And I shouldn't even say companies. People have been getting flags up the ass of copyright strikes, false or fair use. So this has been going around now for over, well, at least a month, probably longer. If you guys are fans of the Nostalgia Critic, this is where the audio starts back, by the way. Yeah, I'm loading a New Game Plus for this. I'm going on normal because I just want to get this done and over with. So yeah, so that's another reason. And if you guys know that how bad some companies can be, I'm not saying that all companies are bad, but this is getting to the point where YouTube's copyright system is actually bullshit. Yes, Google is a company, I get that, but there is a difference between fair use and outright plagiarizing, copying, just uploading a movie to YouTube. That's copyrighted. But if you're trying to do reviews or play Let's Plays like we comment over Let's Plays like a lot of us do, not just me, but other Let's Players, Brain Scratchers had problems, Doug Walker, like I mentioned, Nostalgia Critic, I Hate Everything, and a lot of these people, more popular YouTubers, I should say, are being hit hard. Now, I'll get to the game now. I apologize, and that's the reason this took so long. I am trying to find a way around this. So what I am doing is lowering the volume to so much low that you can barely probably hear it over my talking. Hopefully this will cover it as much as I can. So anyways, let's get to the game. As you saw, there are 3 types of controllers. I am going with type A, which means the directional pad is my movement. Yes, I'm a full 3D game with a D-pad. That is intelligent play right there. The left thumbstick will allow me to use the transformation of the Valkyrie, which is up for the fighter mode, left or right for Gurkha, and down for Battloid or Batroid. Now, I'm going to state this as well. The reason I might say Battleroid or Battleloid is 2 reasons. One, I grew up with reruns of the original Robotech. Not Super Dimensional Fortress Macross, the original Robotech. So, and for those wondering what's the problem really, although technically speaking, this is probably more a mistake on Harmony Gold translation is that the kanji for L and R in Japanese is the exact same fucking letter. So this does happen from sometimes. So let's get into the story now, getting this over with. So actually continuing with the controls, the right thumbstick will be used as your camera. The L1 for type A is You can activate a invulnerability phase, and pressing one of the phase buttons will activate a certain thing. It will activate a certain special ability, but we'll get to that later. Your X button is your boost, while in Valkyrie or in Battleroid mode. The square button is your primary fire button, your main gun. So I am a level 50 character, by the way. I'm going to wipe the floor with a lot of shit early on. Your triangle button, while in Gurkwalk mode, will allow you to, while in Gurkwalk or Battleroid mode, it will be your melee attack. Your circle button is your sub-weapons, missiles, mini laser cannons. As you see, I can just transform there. Also, while in Gurkwalk mode, the boost button does exist, but it's to ascend or descend. Oh. Holding down the X and square button will activate something called the anti-missile mode, or the anti-mode. There, as you can see, the little gauge here at the bottom left corner. I'll explain those much later, or I can explain right. Actually, I can't now. Yay, we're badasses. And the Valkyrie we're starting off with is the YF-25 Prophecy. It's the, I believe, newest version model of the YF-25. Oh, these characters look shady as all hell. Jesus. I wonder if they're our friends. And the R1 is your lock-on button for Type A. You can probably, with Type... There's a point in the game where a character you'll meet later on, YF-29B. Fuck, what is it called? YF-29, B. Jesus Christ, I forgot its name. Now, there's no point in fighting this guy legitly, because he's a high-level character. Even if you manage to hurt him, there's not much you'll do. This is just a game mechanic that it's stalling pretty much. I think it's a lot faster to just take the fucking hits from this guy to end this quickly. Okay, so the bottom left screen is the biggest circle is your HP and SP gauge. Your HP is self-explanatory, it's your health bar. Your SP gauge is your special points gauge or special ability gauge. We'll be using those a little later on down the game, much later, because early on I don't want to use these to just wipe the floor with enemies, but it's a good idea when you're stuck in a corner to do this. Now, I just used one right there. When you press the L1 and the X button in fighter mode, you'll do an emergency boost and get away or close to the enemy as you can. The bottom gauge right under the HP gauge is your what mode you're in currently. You know, if you're in fighter mode, Gurkwalk mode, or in Battleroid mode. And your top gauge above that is the anti-gauge, which is your anti-missile action gauge. Now, if you hold down the L1 and square, there it is. It just took time to do this. If you hold down the L1 and you press your square button, you'll see that you'll enter a menu of menu for main weapons and sub weapons. You can actually change your main weapon to a sniper rifle, which is obviously does more damage and everything like that. Your sub weapons can vary from missiles that multi-target to single target, which is rapid, just fire volleys like crazy. And your third can vary from head machine gun cannons to back-mounted laser cannons or anything else in between. Certain fighters like the VF-1 will have, if you use the armor pack of it, will have reaction missiles, which are pretty much nuclear missiles. This universe is equivalent to nuclear missiles. And if for those wondering why I just called it a nuclear missile when it's clearly a reaction missile, this has something to do with Japan's history of nuclear warfare happening. In order to avoid as much controversy as possible, they called it a reaction missile just to avoid the fact that it's actually a nuclear missile. So yeah, it's just to avoid controversy. So in that regard, I don't mind it. Hello! I don't mind waking up to this. Hi. How are you? Fan service. Anyway. Anyways, this is our character that is pretty much going to teach us how to play the game later on. Actually, okay, he says Zentradi, female Zentradi right there. Technically, I believe they're called Meltrandi, which is the Zentradi are the male and the Meltrandi are the female, and that's supposed to identify them. You know, while we were in our pilot suit, we clearly saw we had no clothes on. Well, I'm pretty sure we have our boxers. I don't think Aisha... Yeah, probably Aisha's that desperate. I don't know. Anyways, yes. I'm introducing this character a little early. This is Aisha Blanchette. She is our... Actually, I'm gonna wait for it. Beauty? Yeah, you're a beauty, alright. You're easy on the eyes. God damn, this isn't normal for anime characters. Is this normal? I mean, yes, I've seen real life women this good looking. You know, like, very well shaped. I'm gonna say it like that. I'm sorry, I can't say that any other way. But, damn. Prophecy. Now, I don't mind them actually using English or French or German words in anime or any other kind of media from other countries, because it shows they're actually trying to learn something or teach people something. Now, for those wondering why sometimes it takes, like, right here, it takes a while for me to do something. Now, I am going to try and put subtitles up into these. And when I say try, I mean to my best of my abilities. And I'm going to try keeping them in the center of the screen where the dialogue is right now. Or under it, just to say under it. And I hope it will appear well on YouTube. I'm going to do a test, obviously. But, I'm going to translate this myself personally. Now, when I say do the best, it's because I have a minimal understanding of Japanese, and as much as I try to play the games and watch anime in Japanese with subtitles, that is not a good way to learn Japanese, obviously. You know, for obvious reasons that it's not a proper way. You know, you're not learning from a teacher. I apologize for that. A teacher or someone else that... I love that, the fact they put the ticking sound. A teacher or anything like that. Or friend or loved one, whatever. This is not the best way to learn Japanese, and if you're asking me what is the best way, I have no fucking idea. Now, these parts are going to be much longer than the original parts of Macross 30. They're not going to be just 15 to 20 minutes. These things are going to vary from 20 to 30 minutes. Now, the reason for this is there's a lot of cutscenes like this that talk a lot, not just before missions but after missions, but also I'm going to try and put in more than one mission at a time. So to get this as fast out as possible and as well as best as possible as well. Anyways, so Aisha just here pretty much said, hey, I know you because I'm your commanding officer. Yeah, so show me some respect. You're my bitch. That's pretty much what it translates into. I love how Leon's like, yeah, fuck this shit, I don't like it. And she just laughs it off. So yeah, the reason it takes a little while for me to skip to the next dialogue is because I am uncertain if they're done talking. It will happen from time to time. Yeah, right here. See, it will happen from time to time. I don't mean for that to happen, but sometimes you're thinking that they're done saying their words, or speaking, I should say, and all of a sudden they'll continue and you've already pressed the button. I believe pressing R1 will automatically send it forward once they're done talking, but I prefer to keep it out a little longer just in case, you know, things tend to happen for me. You know, I get distracted by, you know, a phone call or someone's at my door or something. Those two facts are very rare for me, so yeah. So for those also wondering, I am going to put up in the link in the description below and probably post a comment myself to a website I found that has at least the menu translation. I believe it has. Let me check. Yeah, I have the web page open already. It has the menu translation, characters and story, skills translation, field maps, story quests, hunter guild quests, items, secrets and extra, and miscellaneous. You know, the little extra bonus content things. So I am going to, because right after they're done talking right here, we're gonna go straight to the hangar. Since New Game Plus, I have the hangar open free. I can practically use any Valkyrie, well, you're not just using the Valkyries, I should say. You can use actually even gun pods and Zentrades at full height. You know, it's actually really weird. It's weird. So, we'll get to that menu a little later. But the first menu right there is the hangar. Then here, I believe we have squadron setting. And into that menu, we have player Wingman 1, Wingman 2. Wingman 1, Wingman 2. Now, I'm not using the YF30, the Valkyrie that you get from this game. The reason for that is, well, I don't want to fucking be overpowered. See, here, I believe this is the YF1S. Yeah, see, there are some mechs that are, some Valkyries that are what you call legendary status. Once you unlock these, they're pretty much gods. You're using these in ultimate mode when you've beaten the game the first time. You want to play the second time. The reason for that is everything is at a higher level. Everything is going to kick your ass. Everything is going to give you a harder time. So right now we have HP, range defense, melee defense, speed, boost, mobility, and radar range. Those are what's being shown right here, I believe. Yes, because that's the first menu I go into. Yeah, right here I'm just showing you guys that there are you can unlock so many ships as you play through the game. Certain ships can only be, if you remember, I passed it, I know I did. But if you manage to get a quick look at one of the, yeah, this is the special DLC. This comes with every game. It has Cheryl Nome and Ronka Lee on the back, pinned on the back, pretty much. If you guys saw that when I went to the VF19 Special Edition for Nikki Basara, it automatically switched to his pilot. There are some Valkyries that are automatically locked to that specific pilot. So this next screen right here is called the mechanics room. The mechanics room. This is where you can build Valkyries, make them have be super powerful, or you know. So from left to right, the blue one is frame, the green one is armor, and the pinkish reddish one is engines. This will determine how much speed will it have, how much defense, and you know, and what kind of bonus, you know, parts, how much TP, technical points you could put into the mech. I'm just trying to show off the thing here. For each of them, you have two. For this one, where I believe it's a level 3 VF29 or YF30. It's special YF30. It's gonna be very special because this is it's meant to do that. The more powerful you can get it, closer to 270, the 270s and the 255, you can get it at, the better it will be. Now I'm just showing that off. Now this is the item box section. So come on. Oops, wrong one. Item box. Here you can actually take items from your inventory, from your base for inventory. The bullet ones are for your primary, for your sub weapons, your
missiles, laser packs, or whatever. The things I just added that have a little cross on it are the health bar, are your health packs. Here's the gallery. You could, as game goes through, you can unlock certain things. I will explain more the mechanics room. Now, this is the controllers. The reason I come here right away is I am lowering this BGM. Now, the problem with the BGM is that if you put it to minimum, so be aware of this. If you put the BGM on top here to minimum, the voices in the anime cutscenes will be down to 0 as well. So you have to be careful when you're doing this. I learned this the hard way with my first recording, and I had to restart another recording because of that. Yeah, I restarted this whole fucking game just because of that. And that was a fuck up on my part. So, we're going to get more into the game in the next part. Don't worry, I will link this in the description, and I will try to put subtitles. If I do not put subtitles, I will try to explain what is going on as much as I can with my commentary, and just try to mute the audio of the game as much as I can, because I really don't want to get any more copyright strikes or any videos muted. This part comes to an end, so join me next time, ladies and gents. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe.